This video is about the ideals of Franz Liszt. I will explain the most important things about the work and the composer. Franz Liszt was born in Hungary in 1811 and was a famous composer, pianist and conductor of the Romantic period. He is considered one of the greatest piano virtuosos of all time. His works include piano pieces, symphonic poems and religious music. The Ideals is one of his well-known symphonic poems and a masterpiece of program music. Liszt's music is characterized by emotional depth and an innovative musical language. The Ideals was composed between 1856 and 1857 and is based on the poem of the same name by Friedrich Schiller. Liszt composed this work as part of his series of symphonic poems, which he developed during his time as court conductor in Weimar. The premiere took place on September 5, 1857, in Weimar, under Liszt's direction. The work was dedicated to Grand Duke Karl Alexander of Saxony-Weimar-Eisenach. The Ideals consists of 3 parts, each inspired by different sections of the poem. The first part begins with a somber introduction, symbolizing the loss of ideals. The second part represents the struggle of man to regain his ideals. The third part ends with a triumphant finale, celebrating the victory of ideals. Each section contains several themes that reflect the emotional progression of the poem. The Ideals is characterized by its clear structure and varied themes. Liszt uses leitmotifs that are assigned to the different sections of the poem. The gloomy and militant themes contrast with the lyrical and hopeful melodies. Liszt uses a wide range of orchestral colors to musically depict the moods of the poem. The triumphant finale in particular is a highlight of the work. The Ideals is a masterpiece of symphonic poetry and shows Liszt's extraordinary talent. It is considered one of the best examples of the combination of literature and music in the 19th century. The work shows Liszt's ability to bring complex emotions and themes into a musical form. The Ideals is an important example of Liszt's concept of program music, in which music and literary ideas merge. The Ideals was well received at its premiere in Weimar in 1857. Critics praised the combination of Schiller's poem and Liszt's music. Today, it is still one of Liszt's most famous symphonic poems. The work is often performed in concerts and delights both musicians and audiences. The combination of literature and music remains a fascinating element of this work. In addition to the Ideals, Liszt also wrote other important symphonic poems, including Les Preludes, Mazeppa, and Orpheus. These works show Liszt's love of literary and artistic themes. His symphonic poem Tasso, Lamento e Trionfo, is also particularly well known. These works are an important part of his musical legacy and show his talent for dramatic and emotional music. Friedrich Schiller was one of the most important influences on Liszt's composition Die Ideal. The poem is about the loss and recovery of ideals in the life of man. Liszt translated the poetic images into a musical form, thus creating a link between literature and music. Schiller's ideas of freedom and humanism are reflected in the themes and moods of the work. The Ideals is an example of Liszt's ability to translate literary works into music. The leitmotifs represent the different sections of the poem and create a musical narrative. Liszt used a wide range of orchestral colors to reflect the moods and characters of the poem. This combination of literature and music made the work a unique symphonic poem.